Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Dork and Beans here, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reading a horrible fanfic to you guys. Now, this fanfic is really horrible because it crosses over Goku from Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball universe with Anne Frank, the most prominent victim of the Holocaust, who died in a concentration camp in 1945, March 12th, of what is assumed to be typhus. So let me repeat that, and just in case you didn't hear me the first time. Goku from Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball universe with Anne Frank, a Holocaust victim. Now, this story isn't like My Immortal horrible or Metroid High School horrible. I mean, it's a shitty story, don't get me wrong. But Metroid High School and My Immortal were just horrible because the stories were shitty and the spelling and grammar was shitty. Sorry about that. That was my phone that just went off. But, really? Who thought this was a good idea? I don't even know the author's name. But, really? Goku and Anne Frank. Need I say any more? I don't think so. Alright, let's get on with the reading. Goku and Anne Frank in Until the End of Time. Anne sighed as she sat in her room staring at her wall. She just finished writing in her diary and had nothing to do. Life was boring in the secret annex, but it was better than the alternative. It was alright talking to Peter and Margot, but they were both such quiet people. Unlike the always active Anne, all of a sudden, a flash of light appeared in the room. Anne jumped back, stifling a scream. Before she could run out of the closed door, she noticed that the person who appeared in the flash was not a Nazi officer, but someone who she had never seen before. His clothes were very strange, and his hair was a spiky style that was totally new to her. She stood against the wall, wary of the stranger, but he walked toward her and smiled, extending a hand. "My name's Goku," the mysterious stranger said. Anne nervously put her hand in his. He bent down and kissed it softly, then let go. Anne blushed, something she had never felt before go off inside her. My Oh God, I'm sorry. "My name's Anne," she replied quietly. "I'm sorry for what just happened," Goku told her. "But I was caught in a time portal and deposited here." "Of course. Caught in a time portal. What else?" My power cells will recharge soon, but until then, I'm stuck here." Anne had no idea what the handsome visitor was talking about, but she played along. "Well, sir," she said, "you may stay in my room as long as you like." Anne blushed again as she said this and giggled slightly. Goku looked around and then sat on the bed. "Thank you for the invitation. I'll be sure to repay you for it soon." Anne did not understand what he meant by that. However, when he spoke, she felt a warmth deep inside of her. She sat by him on the bed, staring at the man's beautiful eyes. Before she could stand it no longer, Anne leaned over and kissed the stranger on the cheek, and then pulled back quickly, not sure of what she had done. "I'm sorry," she said as she stumbled to find the right words. The visitor smirked. No, that's quite all right," he replied with a smile, putting one arm around her. Dude, Goku, you're kind of leading her on. You know, you're a very beautiful girl, but well..." Anne looked at him troubled. "What's the matter?" she said with a sweet smile. Goku looked nervous. I'm already married," he finally managed to choke out. Anne pulled away from him abruptly. "No!" she said loudly, almost in tears. "I'm sorry," he replied. Anne was furious. "Nothing ever goes right!" she cried out. I have to go now. My power cells have recharged," said Goku. Anne was in tears by now, staring at the wall so she wouldn't see Goku's face. He smiled a sad smile and disappeared in another flash, out of Anne's life forever. Anne never forgot him, though. Not until the end of time. See? I told you it was bad. And that was only part 1, sadly. Except, even though the story's shitty, I know I'm gonna have fun reading this just because it's so bad. I mean, Gopher-chan, what the hell were you thinking? I mean, you say this was your brother's idea. Well, your brother... I don't know. I don't like to be mean to people too much, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But anyway, yeah, that was part 1. And it's going to get even weirder. So, yeah, this has been Dork and Beans with Anne Frank and Goku in Until the End of Time. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell everybody else about me on YouTube. Later. Be back for part 2.